Hi guys, I hope you are okay. Today I'm here so we can talk about why your baby might be rejecting bottles. Also, I'm going to let you know certain things you can do so that your baby can accept the bottle or how to feed them once they have accepted the bottles. So, this happens at around 3 months. Mostly, maybe you're going to work and you're trying to introduce in a bottle, and the baby completely refuses it. And also, it's so tricky because the first they can accept the bottle maybe when they are newly born, and then they adopt to breastfeeding, and then they completely refuse the bottle. It can also happen at 6 months when you're trying to wean the baby and give them other solids or other liquids like juice. So let me share with you the reasons and also the solutions on how to go about it. One of the reasons a baby could reject the bottle is the flavor of the milk, the texture of the milk, or the temperature of the milk. So most times when the baby has rejected a bottle, it's because they've been breastfeeding, and now we are giving them either formula or breast milk in the bottle, and its temperature is different from what they are used to, and also the flavor is actually different. They are testing something so different from what they are used to, so they are most likely to reject it. Like imagine it was you, could definitely reject something that you're not used to. So if it is this is the reason, you have to go through a transitioning process. You have to introduce the bottle like gradually, and also you have to be consistent with yourself, and you have to be very patient because they are learning something new just like any other person. And also if you're giving like breast milk, if a baby was breastfeeding, try at least and start with giving the bottle when you're introducing breast milk in the bottle. It helps a baby to adopt quickly to that. So number two is the shape of the teeth, or what I could call a nipple. So bottles have different nipples, and the baby might prefer a certain nipple compared to another one, meaning that one that you're giving them might be not of a good feel or may not be comfortable to them, because kids or babies are different. From another baby might want another one, and your baby might prefer something different. So the shape of a teeth really plays a greater role. That's why most times most of the teeth that are sold are, they mimic the shape of the mother's boob to help the baby easily adopt. So if you're in that situation, I think you can change the different teeth. There are different bottles with different shapes of teeth. You first try changing the different types of teeth until you find the one that substitutes, like the breast, or substitutes what your baby might prefer. Number three is the baby may not be that hungry, and every time you're trying to feed them, you're feeding them in a moment that they are not hungry. So the baby will definitely reject the bottle completely. So when you're trying to introduce the bottle, look at the moments when the baby is hungry. Maybe you've just picked them up from sleep, they are ready to feed. That's the time you should give them the bottle so that they are really hungry and they are really eager to take in that milk. So it helps them to learn when they are really hungry. Introduce it at that moment when they are hungry. Number four is how you hold the baby when you're feeding them. Posture plays an important role when you are feeding the baby. So happen to hold them in an upright posture, especially, which can be different when you're breastfeeding. You kind of slip them a little, but in a little upright posture when you're bottle feeding them, to help them suckle on the bottle very well. So number five, so mothers, let me tell you something. We are trying to introduce the bottle and the baby is rejecting it. So one trick or technique or hack, let me call it a hack, you should do is let someone else feed the baby. Because most times when you're feeding the baby, you're trying to give them a bottle. The baby is like, Mommy, my bottle is right here, like my food is right here, you're giving me something different, so they will definitely reject it. So you can try and give a caregiver or your partner to help and feed the baby, which is not you, because they'll obviously think about the breast milk, or your breast. So you can let someone else feed the baby. It helps them at least to adopt to the bottle. And then lastly, not lastly, but last but not least, is spoon feeding. So spoon feeding is really good when the baby has completely rejected. You've tried everything I've told you, they've rejected. You can do spoon feeding or cup feeding. It becomes easier to some other babies. They will just technically know this is a drink, so I'm going to have this drink from here. So if a baby has rejected completely, try spoon feeding. Or please don't give up. The last thing I can tell you is don't give up. It takes time, it also takes lots of effort. So the last thing I can tell you is don't give up. If these tips that I've shared to you have been you've learned something, give me a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.